So welcome to our first programming with MySQL Workbench. So this is the problem we have. So I have already uploaded this one on Even Learn. So the week 4 module. Okay. So we will solve this problem first, and then we will also make another video with more advanced programming. Okay, so this is the problem we have. So this is asking us to create a database and perform the basic operations. So we will create this table. Okay, first we will create a schema, meaning the database. Then within the database we will create this table, and then we will perform these operations. Okay, so this is our MySQL Workbench, and when I assume that you have already downloaded and installed this one, so click on the local one. So this is the MySQL localhost 3306, and I am using my password. So okay, so it's coming. So now you can see we are here. So this is the results, and this is the action output. Okay, so the first one is we will create a database. Okay, so the first thing, so how you will use drop database if exists what MGMT 626 Spring 21. So why? Because since we want to create a new one, so first what we will do, we will drop if there is any database called MGMT 626 Spring 21. So run this one. So it is saying database doesn't exist, so it's okay, fine. So don't think about that. And then now we create schema. Okay, MGMT 626 Spring 21. Okay, then create this one. Okay, see, it is one row affected, meaning we have created. So after creating this one, let me after creating this one, you will just click on the refresh button over here, the schemas. Okay, refresh. So see that we have already created a new schema. This is actually a database. So MGMT 626 Spring 21. Okay, okay, come again over here. Then we will use this schema, this database, and we will create tables within this schema. Okay, so use MGMT 626 Spring 21. Okay, so we will be using this one. Okay, so we will use, and then now it's time to create a table. Okay, so create table bank. Okay, start the bracket, and then we will create, see what we have here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns. Okay, so the first one is bank ID. So bank ID, and you should tell the SQL that this is an integer. So this is an integer, and we will be using unsigned default. Say the number, meaning the ID may be 4 digits, so that is why we are using 4 zeros, and this should not be null. Okay, then we have the second one, bank year. Bank year, this is year actually. This is also an integer, and unsigned, so tab default, press tab, 4 digits, and this one is also not null. Okay, this one is also not null. Okay, then we have another one, cash. This one is number, and we will be using 16 characters and 3 decimal places, so that is why. And default 0 point, so 3 decimal place. Okay, and this one is also not null. And we have another one, deposit, right? The fourth one. This is also decimal. We are using the same criteria for default. So 3 decimal places, not null. And finally, you will say what is the primary key. So you want to use the primary key as bank ID. Bank ID is our primary key. Okay, let's close. So now we are ready to go to run this code. So run this one. So what do we have seen? So see that the action output is showing that, okay, we have created the table correctly. So now it is time to insert the values for the columns. Okay, and now what we will do, we will use the insert into, okay, bank, meaning the table, what, the values. Okay, what are the values we want to insert? So the first one, 0, 1, 2, and see, this is the bank ID, the first one, bank ID, integer. Then this is the bank year, okay, 2010. And then this is the cash deposits, and these numbers are in $1 million, okay, comma, and then again 0, 13, then 2011, then 13, 25. So the bank ID is 0114, okay, 0115, then 2011, year, and 14 million and 26 million. Okay, and the final one is, actually this should be 14, and this one 0, 5, and then 2012, 15, and 27. Okay, so close. So it should create inside the values in the table. Okay, see that 4 rows effective. So we have successfully inserted the values, and now we want to see the first one. See, we will answer these questions. So it is saying, see whether the tables, no, it should be table, whether the table has been created successfully by using the select all. Okay, so select all, star means select all of the variables. So when you are using the star, actually you are selecting all the variables from the table name, from bank. Okay, so just select and run. Oh, okay, here is the output. See that this is the table that we have created. Okay, and now question number 2, create new variables. Okay, so we will create new variables, and so select what, select bank ID, after comma, so comma, bank ID, comma, then bank year, comma, then cash, comma, deposit, comma, then it is saying that we need to create a new variable, that is the cash plus deposit equal to total cash. Okay, let's see. So cash plus deposit, okay, we write as total cash. See that? This is one variable, meaning we want to create a new variable, the total cash, which is equal to cash plus deposit, okay? And then it is asking us 10% of the cash will be interest. So cash multiplied by 0.1 as, so within quote, so interest, okay, comma, then 30% of deposit will be loan. So the loan amount would be 30% of deposit. So deposit multiplied by 30% as loan, okay. So from where? From bank, from the table bank. See that? And one thing which is very important here, see, we should not use comma after the final line. See that? We should not use the comma after the final line. So what will happen if we use the comma? Let's see what would happen. Okay, so see that when we use the comma over here, meaning the after the first final line, we can see there is a crossbar over here. So the red crossbar, okay. So if we don't use comma, okay, it's fine. So that select, okay, you can see that. See that 3 new variables have been created: the total cash, interest, loan. See that? Okay. And the third one, no, when you need to use comma after the column names. Okay, we know that when to use the comma and when not to use the comma. So let me give you one more example. So say we want to see the variable bank ID and bank year. Okay, so no, okay. Let's see, we want to see the cash as well. So we use the comma. So from the table name bank. Okay, see that we have used comma after the final one. See, so that is why it is showing me cross sign, meaning it is not correct. So I have deleted the comma, so it is fine. Okay, so if we run, we can see that we can see 3 columns: bank ID, bank year, and cash. Okay, and what will happen if we don't use comma after the second one? Let's see what happens. See, when we deleted the comma after the bank year is not showing here. See that? So we need to use the comma if we want to see the column, especially if it is not the final line. Okay, so question number 4, it is saying show the banks that have deposit more than 25 million. Use the what does it say? Use where statements. Okay, let's see. Use the where statements. Okay. So select bank ID, comma, bank year, comma, cash. Okay, so it is saying show the banks that have deposit more than 25 million. Okay, so we want to see the cash, and so from bank where deposit is greater than how much? 25. Okay, we want to see the cash for the banks that have deposits more than $25 million. See, we have this. these two banks, ID number 14 and 15, have deposits more than 25. And let's check, see that 14 and 15. So 14 have deposit more than 25, 27. It is 27, and for 15 it has 26, and the cash amount, it has 14 and 15 million. Okay, and now question number 5, it is saying show the banks that have deposit more than 25 million and what, and have cash less than 15 million. Okay, cash less than 15 million. Okay, so I'm just copying this one. Where it is saying this one, so we can just add one more, and okay, deposit more than 25 and cash less than 20. Is it 20? Yes. No, it is saying 15 million. Okay. 15 million. Okay, and let's see, less than 15 cash. Okay, only one you can see. Okay, then we have question number 6, show the banks that have deposit more than 20 million or have cash less than 50 million. It is we'll be using the or. So let's see, deposit is more than 20, so 20, and cash is less than 50, or actually it is or, right? It is or, yes. So we will be using or cash is less than 50. Okay, let's see. So we can see that or. So when we are using the or, so the results will show us by meeting the one of the conditions. Okay, either a deposit more than 20 or cash less than 15. See that we have all of these, and we want to see the cash only. So that is what we can see here. Okay, and see that all the actions have been performed. So that is why we can see the green sign, the check mark with, and the final one, show the banks that have deposit less than 27 million and have bank ID 13, 14, 15. Okay, let's see what does it say. Bank ID 13, 14, 15. Okay. So I'm just copying this one, and okay. So let's see what we have. So where deposit is less than, so we'll write less than 27, and bank ID in 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so we want to see this. See that 13 and 14 are showing because bank ID 15 doesn't have what does it have? Say, and bank ID in 13, 14, and 15, and see, we are seeing 13 and 14 only. So deposit less than 27 and bank ID in 13, 14 are 15. Okay, so the bank ID, so 14 cash. Okay, fine. So bank ID. So why we are not seeing, see that deposit is less than 27 in 15. Okay, so 13 and 14 14 it is showing. No, it should not. Deposit less than, okay. And bank ID is 50. Let me it again. Okay, so deposit less than 27, correct? Deposit is less than 27, okay. So that's fine. And the bank ID is in 13, 14 or 15. So 15, this is not showing. 14 is showing. Deposit is less than 27. Deposit less than 27, bank ID, okay. So it should show the results. Let me see. It is showing 13 and 14, that's fine. But why we are not seeing the, okay, 15, but 14 is showing. So are we missing something? Let's see. Select bank ID, bank year, cash from bank where deposit is less than 27. Deposit is less than 27. Okay, have deposit of less than 27 and bank ID 13, 14, 15. Why? Deposit less than 27. Deposit less than 27 and bank ID in 13, 14 and 15. Let's see. Deposit. Let's add. Oh, okay. So this is the case actually. 13, 14. Or deposit is less than 27, have 25 and 26. And okay, 14. Let me see all. Select all from bank. It should not give us the wrong one. Okay. Yes, 14, bank ID 14 has deposit less than 26. Okay, this one, this should be 15. Let's see. This should be 14. Okay. Yes, it is correct. So no worry about that. So we have done our first problem. We have solved this one. So what we have done now, see. We have created a database and we have created a table, and then we have inserted the values in the table. Okay, and you now know how to insert the tables, insert the values in the table, and then we see the variables we have created. See, we can see this one. Then we have created new variables over here. Let's see. See that we have created new variables, so this is not a difficult one. Okay, and we have performed some operations. Okay, so I hope you have understood this one. So thank you so much. In the next video.